This is Black Views, bringing you the Black News. Good afternoon, brothers and sisters, and this is the Black News. So today I come to you, the subject is about three officers from Aurora, Colorado Police Department who decided they wanted to post pictures up, okay? They wanted to post pictures basically because they want to make, I guess, another comrade feel better or feel good. And I have some video here for you, but I just want to go down this little information sheet here. Okay, three officers from Aurora Police Department have been fired over a photo reenactment and chokehold that occurred before the death of Elijah McClain. Remember, already did a video on Elijah McClain. They're just now starting to investigate a little further into what's going on, rightfully so. The 23-year-old black man who died in police custody last summer, the interim police chief announced Friday the officer who mimicked the chokehold, Jaron Jones, resigned earlier this week. So I'm gonna go ahead. I have the video for you. Let me go ahead and play this video. I want you to pay attention, and then I will come back with commentary. Stand by.
In Colorado, hundreds of people protested outside an Aurora police station demanding more disciplinary action following the death of Elijah McClain. Friday's protest began hours after the police department released a disturbing photo that appears to show three officers mocking McClain's death. Three officers have been fired, a fourth resigned. Protest leaders say they plan to surround the police station until the department fires the two remaining officers involved in McClain's death. Jamie Yukas has more.
For the first time, interim police chief Vanessa Wilson revealed these photos.
We're sickened and we're angry.
Three officers laughing and mocking the chokehold used on Elijah McClain.
It shows a lack of morals, values, and integrity, and a judgment that I can no longer trust to allow them to wear this badge.
And they won't. Wilson fired Erica Morero and Kyle Dietrich after Jaron Jones resigned. Also fired a fourth officer, Jason Rosenblatt, who responded, "Ha ha," to the picture. He was involved in the original incident.
I can't breathe correctly.
Elijah McClain was not accused of any crime when officers used a chokehold on him and paramedics injected him with a sedative. He later died. Those officers were never charged with a crime. Two still work for the department. The FBI and Department of Justice are investigating. McClain's father, Luane Mosley, had this to say about the photo reenactment.
You're a coward, and I hope you get what you deserve, because it's going to be worth me seeing that you're fired.
For CBS This Morning Saturday, Jamie Yukas, Los Angeles.
And so once again, fam, we see the tragedy that is bestowed upon us by authorities. Okay, this is not a game. I mean, I'm trying to understand. One has resigned, but I guess the other two are going to wait for the process. So they didn't think to themselves before they made these selfies, or they made this selfie, that basically this may get them fired. We have to understand the mentality of the police officer today. Based on the information and the things that we're seeing here, he is not a very smart person. Like, it doesn't make any sense. But once again, what doesn't make sense is really what's in front of your eyes. Because of the mere fact they're doing this, once again, I said, like a teammate. Sometimes he may commit a personal foul, to set the tone for his team. And these are personal fouls. The environment upon which they still work in allows them to believe that they can get away with this, or that they could have gotten away with it. The environment upon which they police in makes them feel they can be predators with no recourse. For the young black women and the young black men, you must be on guard at all times. And unfortunately, when you see a police officer, yes, you have to be about your wits. You need to be on point. If you've been drinking, or you've been smoking, or you're inebriated, yes, you must come to your senses. You must never be outside of your faculties to begin with. Even if you enjoy spirits, libations, or whatever it is that you like to do, you must never be outside your faculties. You must always be able to function and think properly. For this mere fact that there is no one around to protect you. There's no other groups around that's going to protect you. In fact, when we speak of things like this, they think this is bullshit, like we're over exaggerating, because they've never experienced this in their communities, in their neighborhoods. And once again, they take taxpayers' money every 2 weeks. They pay their bills with taxpayer money every 2 weeks. They feed their little nasty kids every 2 weeks with taxpayers' money. And they're paid to go around and goof off, fuck off, go to people's memorial that have since deceased, and play games like this. Now, in the report, this was circulated around to other officers, and there was actually an officer that that turned it into his sergeant, and that sergeant turned it into the chief. So there needs to be a further investigation as to why someone would take this type of pic and send it out in a group chat to several other officers. This type of behavior is embedded in that department, and it needs to be eradicated. Federal forces, federal investigators need to be involved. So once again, this is part 2. I'm just trying to keep tabs on this. I'm not going to let this death go unnoticed. We're not going to sit back and allow this to fade away like they're trying to do with Breonna Taylor and all the other black people that's been killed. Elijah McClain needs justice. And in the midst of the investigation, they actually go to the memorial and do this. Like you can't even, like, if someone wrote this down, you would think like they don't have brains. But these are the people, these are the forces that govern you, that police you. Stay cool. I'm out. This is Black Views, bringing you the Black News.